What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with a bullish edition of, actually, a Buffalo. Lindy, leans, likes, and locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised of every great content that's going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I'm out in a little bit of a different location. Had some stuff going on in the parents' office over there because, well, it's their office. But anywho, I'm out in the living room doing the things because, well, I can still get them done for you here on this program. 9 games, plus I have power, I have internet. Life is great. Literally all you need in 2025, right? Oh, and you need producer Jacob, because producer Jacob's fantastic. So wave hello. There you go. We're ready to rock, though. 9 games. Got a ton of CLV here on Thursday, but things just kind of getting going. Producer Jacob, let's get to the picks. He's right there. Anyway, the Knicks taking on Cleveland here, starting things off for us. And we ended up getting Josh Hart and OG Anunoby out for Thursday's game, which I think really leads me to thinking they're playing in this one. It was a back-to-back where it kind of sets up to go to Cleveland, and whereas Joel Embiid would duck if it were the 76ers going to this situation, happened earlier this year, I do think we get everybody going. Karl-Anthony Towns, just another ballistic basketball game on Thursday night. Jalen Brunson as well. Miles McBride, his best game of the season, bar none. Talked about him in depth, and, well, he ended up getting both those pieces out, but not enough time really for me to react to it, considering it was like 15, 20 minutes before tip. It was actually closer to the 30-minute mark. But anywho, that is neither here nor there. We are going to start off with 3 consecutive plays, and this begins it. The Knicks, this is just a little bit too wide for me, plus 7.5. You've been getting Donovan Mitchell resting on these back-to-backs at times, and plus having just gotten back into the mix here after the All-Star break, see teams being a little bit more cautious, and Tom Thibodeau is not one of those guys who is ever conscious of it. That was a dramatic pause. Memphis taking on Orlando, but, you know, there's another one for you. I don't understand this total in any way, shape, or form, but if you've been watching this for a while, you know Memphis. Yes, their pace numbers are fast, but their shooting efficiency with Ja Morant on and off the floor have just been ridiculous this season, and I'm expecting it to come down in an earlier round. And Sugar, we're going down swinging with the under in this basketball game. You got Orlando and Memphis both on the second half of a back-to-back. We could get a Ja Morant resting, which, again, Luke Kennard then just does Luke Kennard things. But Orlando, I do think this is a spot where this under, the shooting efficiency for Paolo Banchero, it's been so bad this season, it reverted towards the mean on Thursday, but I still think it's going to be on the lower end alongside Franz Wagner. And our third consecutive play to start off the card, Milwaukee at Washington. Hey, Eric, Milwaukee's on a back-to-back too. Yeah, but they played limited minutes for Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. That was kind of what they decided to do coming out of the break, and you're probably going to get both in as a result of this one. You want to stay on high alert because they really are going to swing this line in major ways, but I think the total is still just undershot on both of these, and we've been on a lot more of the under totals lately, just like on the last game, but I've got Washington's pace metrics up there. We've got Malcolm Brogdon off the injury report. All signs point towards this being a total that is too low, like an 18 with us. So we're going to take the over, and that's chiller. I'm not naked. I'm not soaking wet. I'm not. Next game. Producer Jacob just gave me a look. I don't know why he gave me a look. It's really bright in here. Miami minus 3.5 taking on Toronto. And what do we got here, my friends? A couple of props. Now we're going to kind of run 3 props in a row here. Tyler Hero assist numbers with Jimmy Butler off the floor this season have been staggering. I think they will continue to be staggering. And you get kind of a pick and roll partner in Khalil Ware who can step out and knock down a shot or two. But primarily we're looking into finish at the 10, especially in the assist department spots for Tyler Hero. He's going to also have 30% usage going forward, but I'm looking at an assist ladder up to 12 with Davion Mitchell on the floor. He just isn't sharing the ball with him in any capacity. I mean, it's Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware. This is actually a pretty decent situation for Hero to be an assist guy going forward primarily. Now, he's still going to, again, I think, lead this team in scoring, but assist ladder up to 12. I'm thinking big plus money in store in the double-double number. Probably going to be a little bit undershot based on the tail end of last week. And Detroit at San Antonio, the terrible news that we got on Thursday. Victor Wembanyama out for the season. Blood clot in his shoulder, freaky stuff. Hopefully he's going to be all right from that because he's just fun to watch play basketball, and it would suck to have any kind of major issues off of this. So hoping him the best. And then Detroit on the other side, Cade Cunningham, he's a young player, is just coming to life this season in pretty much every way. However, I talked about Devin Vassell on Thursday. Nothing's really changed in that circumstance. I am going to be combing through the box score to make sure that there are some takeaways, but I think De'Aaron Fox and him, the usage, you've had so far Vassell be the higher guy at 26.5% with Wemby off the floor. I think it's going to stabilize. Plus, a majority of that sample size didn't have Fox. So Devin Vassell, 20 plus points, going to make it a lean coming off of 17.5 minus 102 when we got in the premium Discord. There was also 14.5, which is a whole different story. But Devin Vassell, 20 plus points, lean with it, rock with it. But could have made that a lean like. Just really want to see who's active on this back-to-back because Chris Paul, rest candidate. Shake and bake, baby. We got Lindy and friends. It is the premium Discord, my Discord. It used to be just called the Lindy Discord. Well, now it's the Lindy's and Friends Discord. I don't know why I added the apostrophe S on the front end of that, but we got Eitan Shander in there on the daily, baby. Shander Shop now set up for business. It's ironic because he's bald and it's a barbershop thing. I loved it. But anyway, Lindy and Friends exclusively on Tails. Plus, Lindy50 will get you 50% off your first week or first month. $10, $25. That is not just me that is going to be in there on a day in, day out basis. But now I got my boy Eitan Shander, one of the sharpest bettors. If you've probably seen him over here on the Odd Shopper channel from time to time, but I love having the guy around. Definitely want to give him an opportunity to be posting, to be helping me out, carry that Discord to greatness. Plus, he's a better parlay master than I am. So check it all out. Lindy50 down at the link below. Back to the picks we go. I was really excited to share that with you because, again, love having my guy Eitan in there day in, day out. But Pelicans, we have a new lineup day in, day out. I think it's going to stabilize a little bit, but I mean, just look at some of these injuries overall. It's Evis Missy, he's questionable here now, but Herb Jones out for the season. DeJounte Murray out for the season. Brandon Ingram traded to Toronto, which is kind of going to be a whole different ball of wax. Didn't even have to talk about it last time because it sounds as though that left ankle sprain is still really bad. Anyway, you know what's really bad? Dallas and front court. Dallas and front courts, they just don't get along this season. We have injuries like Dwight Powell that still matter because Derek Lively, he's going to be out forever. We've got Daniel Gafford, who's now joined him on the bench for a while. And PJ Washington is probably stepping into that massive rebound role if he plays. But even he's questionable on the other side of this one. So, I mean, it's just a tough scene as we're looking at both sides. I mean, the injury bug has been running amok over here. Dallas, they've had some issues that have been self-inflicted. We can all agree with that. But PJ Washington, his 10-plus rebounds have traditionally actually been better than his double-doubles of late. Not sure that maintains, but I'm looking at right around that plus 110 or better number in the event because he'll play a lot of 5 here for the Dallas Mavericks. My Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Houston Rockets. And now we're getting out of the props that, once again, are hypotheticals here at the moment. They're just things that I've traditionally been betting in recent weeks. Want to go back to the well. And, again, I can't predict if PJ Washington is going to be in or not. But we are getting a Minnesota team that should be healthier sooner rather than later. Mike Conley, Ant, and Rudy Gobert all questionable for this one coming off the break. But Dante DiVincenzo probably 4 or 5 games away. Julius Randle 3 or 4 games away. So we're going to have an opportunity to see them all soon. But kind of pales in comparison to Jabari Smith off the injury report for Houston. And this guy is going to cut into minutes across the board. What happens, though, with Fred VanVleet when he gets back? Alas, he's out for this game on Friday. So pay attention to that news. But Amin Thompson, maybe we see him see a massive, drastic minutes cut coming up with everybody back there. Hard to believe, though, considering how well he's played in these 40-ish minutes a night role that he's been in the middle of. But I'm calling this a lean like on the under of 216 purely because there's always the chance we get that super inefficient scoring lineup out, specifically Ant resting coming out of the break. You get Rudy Gobert off the floor. Yeah, it's going to hurt defensively, but I got to say, Naz Reid, been doing pretty good on the offensive side of things, so would prefer that one in no matter what. But under 216, ran multiple iterations for that injury news. Everything's falling in that 212 range. OKC, 14.5-point favorites against Utah, and this is probably the most difficult one for me to bet. I mean, SGA, you've got everybody healthy there. Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein. It is just a fully operational Death Star. It's not going to mean SGA has to do a heck of a lot, so I don't have a lot of interest in his props. And I mean, you'll kind of notice I get really off the board purely because a lot of the studs going to be very easy to efficiently price them, especially in SGA. Going to have to be some unpalatable unders, if you will. But I see OKC as the clear play if you have to do anything here. They're just so damn good. Even on the road, 14.5, ridiculous number to be posting. But Isaiah Collier, despite the fact that he's stats padding, that's what we're going for. There's no doubt that the absence of the only Colin Sexton, who's supposed to be back in the next game or two, is still going to matter in that front court the back court. Because, well, it's not very good. OKC minus 14.5, not going to play it. And the last game of the night, the Golden State Warriors, the Sacramento Kings. I always like seeing these two matching up. Makes me think of the playoffs 2 years ago. It was a really fun series overall. You had Fox. He's now head to, well, they were greener pastures until today. Thursday, D-Day, Wemby Day. The day that will live in infamy. I sure hope not. But anyway, we've got Sacramento in this one, and I traditionally like to bet against this basketball team when it's apropos. And with Golden State getting much, much healthier here, you've got Steph Curry, Brandon Podziemski, who's going to be in the starting lineup going forward, which I kind of enjoy. Jimmy Butler now there, and Draymond Green. Defensively, this is a team that should be able to stifle the likes of Malik Monk, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. So while it should be a fun, entertaining game, I'm primarily looking at just getting my money in on the Golden State side, and I hope it's as ugly as humanly possible. Would like to see an under 234.5 purely because those are the kind of game scripts where I really think Golden State puts the hammer down. So Golden State money line, you can get it at minus 115 here right now, minus 112. Minus 112, it just was a second ago. That's really sad. Anyway, minus 115 is where I ended up playing this at. Golden State money line. Let's get the heck up out of here. And that does it for the Bull and Ice edition of the Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks here on the NBA streets. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely slate we have before us. Again, 9 games, lots of props that are going to be on their way. At Eric Lindquist, that's where I put the prop thread together. Ended up being throughout the entire day today, posting props. Hopefully you were able to stay updated. Capitalized on a couple of spots I thought were advantageous. Saw Hunter had a first assist right off the bat. Looking for 2. Can we get 2, DeAndre? That'd be really nice. Anyway, Gonna go check some box scores. Producer Jacob, thank you so much. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Friday and this weekend. See you Monday.